What's going on, everybody? This is Dave and welcome back to my channel today for a very special video on the channel. Today we're going to be starting off with my Football Manager 2018 experiment series. This is going to be the first of many experiments that you could expect to see on the channel, varying from player experiments, manager experiments, team experiments, even league experiments, possibly even nation experiments. So there's going to be so much, and if you guys have sort of an idea of an experiment that you want to see, make sure you let me know in the comment section down below and we'll have a look if we can get it done. So as you can tell by the title of the video and the thumbnail, today we're going to be testing out Sir Alex Ferguson as Manchester United manager. Obviously back at Manchester United. In game he's actually set as a director. But using the editor, we can change him from a director to a manager. So none of these stats are stats that I've put in myself. They're already in the game. The only main two things that I've done is obviously move Sir Alex to Manchester United as manager, but also put him 20 years younger, because if I left him at his current age, he probably would have retired after a season or two. So I've taken 20 years off to actually make this experiment a little bit more worthwhile. I like the new overlay screen as well. It's a lot different to previous years on the management screen. So we can have a look quickly at his coaching stats, which as you can see are outstanding. Mainly green, which means he's got some very good stats. We start off with his obviously sort of more mental ones here. His adaptability, I used to say that always wrong, adaptability is 12, but other than that, his determination, level of discipline, man management and motivating is 20 and 19, as you can see on the screen. His knowledge, his judging player ability and potential are both 19, his tactical knowledge is 14. His coaching stats are brilliant as well, 20 for mental, 18 for attacking, 13 for defending, 17 for working with youngsters and 15 for both tactical and technical as well. As you can see as well, his preferred formation is a 4-2-3-1 wide, a mixed playing style, mental coaching style, attacking playing mentality, and you got a couple of his other preferred formations again. We're going to be seeing if he can bring the glory days back to Manchester United. Obviously, since he's left, United probably haven't really picked up the amount of trophies they would have wanted to previously. But as you can see, he's in charge of United. We're going to skip forward a number of years, possibly up to 10 years, to see how he will get on back in charge at Old Trafford. So then we are going to search for Alex Ferguson to see if he's still in charge, which I assume he will be. And he certainly is still in charge of Manchester United here. I doubt any of his stats and stuff will go up or down, so we won't take too much notice of those. But we'll go on to Manchester United. And as you can see, they've got a top 4 finish, but they just about finished there. So they finished 4th overall in the league. Which by Manchester United standards, they've got European football, which is what they wanted. They've finished 3 points above City, who crashed out. They finished in 5th. So it's not bad at all. Arsenal for winning the league on the game. Liverpool finishing in 6th in the end. So it's an okay season for United overall. They got the better of 2 of their main rivals, so it's not so bad for them at the moment. In other competitions overall, though, they ended up winning the Super Cup, which is good for them. Obviously, they would have gone and beaten Real Madrid. Knocked out in the first knockout round of the Champions League by Juventus. Knocked out in the 4th round of the FA Cup. And they actually finished runners-up in the Carabao Cup. So they lost to AFC Bournemouth in the final. And transfer-wise, if we have a look, he brought in 2 players. Pizzi came in for a massive £40 million from Benfica. He is actually sort of a central midfielder, but he can play across the wings as well and through the middle. So he looks like a really, really good, well-rounded player. Good at crossing as well. Good first touch. Good technique and passing. So it looks like a pretty solid signing, to be fair. Not one that I've taken much notice of before, and already his value was rocketed up to 52 million. He also brought in Thomas Butnik from from Vitesse for just over £1 million. He looks pretty decent. Only played 1 game in the league coming off the bench. Other than that, he didn't really play much at all for the first team. £8.5 million worth of players were sold. Marcus Rojo went for £8.5 million, rising up to potentially just over £12 million to Newcastle. But other than that, the rest were loan deals. Tactic-wise, judging by the last game of the season, they were sticking with that 4-2-3-1, which Sir Alex did. It's interesting to see, obviously, Ibrahimovic starting there. We'll see Lukaku. He scored 19 goals in the league, 23, which wasn't bad overall. And we'll quickly have a look at some of the stats for the first season here to see how the players got on. I was definitely just on the right thing, so I should have just done it. Most appearances was Juan Mata. Top goal scorer was Lukaku. Mata finishing again just behind. Very interesting. Ibrahimovic didn't play much at all, didn't score a single goal. Assist-wise, Mata as well, who probably got the best average rating. He certainly did. Great season for Juan Mata there. And Manchester United there finishing in 4th. We're going to skip forward another year now, see how Sir Alex gets on in his second term as Manchester United manager. So then we are back now at the end of the 2018-19 season. As you can see, Liverpool searching for a new manager. So it probably wasn't a good season for them. Manchester United, as you can see, won the Premier League. Sir Alex Ferguson still in charge of the club. And we had a little spoiler there on the team. As you can see, is Paulo Dybala is signed for them. But if you click there, one short-term plan is retired from hands-on roles. So he's going to take a little bit of a step back. So it'll be interesting to see how much longer he lasts actually in charge of Manchester United. We'll quickly go on their competitions though. Obviously, they're winning the Premier League. Knocked out in the semi-final of the Champions League by PSG, so they didn't do too bad at all there. Knocked out in the third round of the FA Cup by Brighton in the end. And knocked out in the fourth round. So, other than the league, it wasn't a brilliant season for United. Champions League's not bad though. But United, for the majority of the season, were top of the league and actually won it very, very comfortably by 8 points in the end. That is probably because they spent a massive amount of money, £131 million spent. Aaron Creswell came in for £35 million. He looks okay, but it looks like it was United's main left back, which is a fantastic signing for young Aaron there. Well, say young, he's 29 now in game, which is crazy to think. And Dybala came in, 25-year-old this season. His stats look absolutely immaculate. 19 goals in the league, 6 in the Champions League for United. Stefan de Vrij came in as well for just under £25 million from Lazio. He looks pretty solid, had a decent term in the league, and Romano Schmidt came in from Red Bull Salzburg, and Geoffrey Henrion as well from Metz. Outs for United, main ones: Matteo Darmian went to Bordeaux, and Sergio Romero went out to Villarreal. Other than that, again, just loan players out for Manchester United. Tactic-wise, it looks like they've been sticking with that 4-2-3-1. Player-wise, best average rating was Daley Blind this season, believe it or not. Most assists was Juan Mata again, with Mkhitaryan in behind. Most goals was Dybala. Martial got 16 in the end. And it wasn't a good season for Lukaku for goals, I'm afraid. Ibrahimovic, is he on there? By the looks of it, he's not. So I'm guessing he must be in the under 23 squad somewhere. If I can see him, or did he get... Oh, did he get released? We'll have to have a quick look. Did he get released? Zlatan? It doesn't say he did it? Not too sure. I'm probably just missing out. I'm probably just being blind there. But yeah, overall, not a bad season at all, is it, for Manchester United? Before we go on, I'll see what's happened to Ibrahimovic. He might just be sat in the under 23s, and I've not looked. Yeah, he's retired, but that never came up for us anyway. So, Manchester United, strong season for them. Even got Dean Henderson as the backup goalkeeper now, which is crazy. They didn't reinvest into anyone there. But we're going to be looking, and hopefully Sir Alex is going to be continuing his fantastic run in charge of United by winning some more league titles. But we'll go skip forward another year and see how he gets on. So here we are then at the end of the 1920 season, and it's time to check up again on Manchester United. This season finishing in third. So not quite the season that Manchester United had planned. They obviously went pretty far in European competition. I may not have even gone far enough, so we'll have to skip forward another few days, or just double check next season on how they got on. So transfer wise, we'll start off with Manchester United selling £31 million worth of players. Jesse Lingard left, Joel Pereira and Eric Bailly for quite a small fee, to be fair, that for Bailly. Obviously not really had the United career he would have wanted. Not really being ever present. I'm not too sure if he's been picking up injuries or whatnot, but United spent over 150 million this season, and a big fee was spent on Rafael Guerreiro from Dortmund, the left back. He does look really, really strong on this game. Rob McNally came in from AC Milan for just under £50 million. They also brought in Edwin Cardona from Monterrey. Jean-Michel Seri came in from Nice on a free, which is a brilliant signing. I know he's available for free in the first season on the full game as well. And then Benzar came in, as well as, we forget the fees back up to where they were. I think that's it. And Chiesa from Fiorentina, which is quite a big amount of money, but he's a good right winger there as well. Obviously, a couple of players, one player leaving on a free, and again, a lot of players leaving on loan. Even Twinzabi went to Spurs, which is a bit of an interesting one. We're going competitions though. They finished, media predicted first, but they were miles behind Arsenal in the end, and they do have a Champions League final, which on the next update we'll definitely have a look at first. FA Cup wise, they were knocked out in the 5th round by West Brom. It was actually won by Burnley, and the 4th round of the Carabao Cup by Man City, which was won by Arsenal. Overall in the Community Shield, they went and won that rather comfortably, obviously. 4-2-3-1 is how they're still playing. And, 7.73 for Juan Mata, who had a great season. 24 goals this season for Paulo Dybala as well. And David De Gea with a massive amount of games there. So United still, keeping up a decent standard, especially if they're going to win the Champions League, which we'll double check in a second. But Sir Alex Ferguson keeping the standard up. And we're going to skip forward now to the 2021 season. So then end of the 2021 season, and we are going to be checking up again on Manchester United. I'm going to be checking if they won that Champions League. They got another strong league win by the looks of it, and it looks like they may well crash out the semi-final of European competition this time around. This season, another £150 million spent. This time, the majority of it was on Gianluigi Donnarumma, and that was because David De Gea left. So they made a good profit on De Gea. And it's a good replacement in Donnarumma, no doubt about it. Luke Shaw also left. I'd imagine it was hard for him getting games, especially as Guerrero joined, and they obviously had Creswell there still as well. Benzar left. Didn't they just sign him though? How much did they sign for? Well, they made a tiny little profit on him, 1.9 million in the end. And Dean Henderson as well. I went to Palace, a number of loan deals as per usual. Donnarumma was the big sign in that season. Locatelli came in as well. Great a little central midfielder for Manchester United to bring in. The other players was Felice D'Amico. Now, I always have trouble with pronouncing this guy's name. Sir Alex signed him on my Manchester United Directors Challenge. Sibi Visalsko. Let's go with that. The right back, he's come in as well, along with Candido Patrocinio and Hamilton Piedra. So a number of signings coming in by Manchester United. So senior squad wise, knocked out in the semis of the Champions League, which was won by Real Madrid. We'll see if Real Madrid got their own back from United last season. United won the league very comfortably by 6 points in the end. They won the Carabao Cup, so a little bit of domestic silverware, and knocked out in the fourth round of the FA Cup. So let's quickly check schedules, because obviously Manchester United last season did not win the Champions League final. Real Madrid have won it 2 years running, and they beat United in extra time in the end. It was a goal from Cristiano Ronaldo, which cancelled out Dybala's goal, and Kovacic went and scored. Tactic-wise, Sir Alex sticking with that formation. It seems to be doing well for them. Best player this season, average rating-wise, was Paulo Dybala again. Seri not playing many games, as you saw there, but Dybala picking up the top goal scorer award again. It was a strong season for United, but they need to try and grab that Champions League trophy. Will Sir Alex be able to do it next season? He's come very close over the last 2 years. Maybe one or two more big signings may well help in the push. So here we are then again at the end of May. A bit of a weird one. Aston Villa are without a manager, despite finishing second, and I'd assume getting promoted to the Premier League. A little bit weird, isn't it? So we're going to be checking up on Manchester United though, aren't we? So Man United again winning the league, and Sir Alex Ferguson yet again still in charge. So it's brilliant for United that. We'll quickly check the transfers. It's always nice to look at. This season only spending 90 million, but it is only on 2 players. Suso came in, believe it or not, the ex-Liverpool player, who looks absolutely outstanding on this game, the right mid. Came in for a fee starting from £44 million. His technicals are very, very smart. Didn't play much in the league though. And Guedes came in from Chelsea. Obviously plays for PSG in real life. Coming in from Benfica and Valencia on loan in game. For a striker, I'm pretty sure he's more of a winger. At the same time though, not really lighting the world up with assists. He's getting some decent average ratings though. So bit of a weird one for United. It'll be interesting to see how much he plays. He played a number of games, but off the bench more than anything. They brought in just 8.5 million. Tahith Chong went to Wolves. I love a bit of Tahith, so I'd love him to join Wolves in real life. And Matic went to Everton as well. Obviously 33 years of age now. Physically, he's still there, just not as quick. So it's a good little signing that for Everton. This time, a few players leaving on frees were Sean Williams, Ethan Hamilton, and even Antonio Valencia making the move over to China. Have Manchester United, though, done the business in the Champions League? This time runners-up and lost to Man City as well. That must have been harsh, but United got the bragging rights in the league. They also came runners-up in the Community Shield and runners-up in the Carabao Cup. So it was United just slipping up at the final hurdle a couple of times. But they did get their hands on the Premier League trophy again, extending a good run there. Tactical-wise, they're sticking with that 4-2-3-1. Senior squad. This season, Paulo Dybala with the best average rating, again with the most goals as well. Fosu-Mensah, believe it or not, grabbing the most appearances. He had a really strong season for United. Wow, valued at 60 million. Now, I'm not saying he's a bad player by those stats, but they don't shout at me that lad's worth 60 million. But that is crazy. He obviously had a really solid season for United. Average rating wise, not so much, but £60 million is crazy for him. Really decent season for him there with the amount of games he played, playing as the right back for United. Gianluigi Donnarumma as well. He's sort of second full season at United. He started off pretty well and coming close to some continental trophies. Again, we're going to continue though with Sir Alex, with his search. We've got a few years left before we hopefully end this, and hopefully by then he may well have won a European Champions League. So then it is the 31st of May again in 2023. Please ignore this manager. I don't know what he's doing there. Manchester United again have won the Premier League. Alex Ferguson is on an absolute roll. By the looks of things, it doesn't look good for them again though, which we'll have a look at shortly. Transfer history-wise, spent just 44 million this season, but bringing in 122 million. Federico Chiesa went to Real Madrid for 118 million. That's another one of those players for me. That doesn't look like a player worth 118 million, but he's already valued at only just 69 million now. United signed him just a few years ago for 44 million. Big profits there for Manchester United. They'll be happy with that for a player that sort of plays right wing. They didn't spend much money, but a lot of it was on this guy, Ulises Rodriguez from Benfica. Right back, looks okay from Benfica, a regen. Francisco Tulio came in as well as Hugo Corinthians from Setúbal. Again, a number of players leaving on loan as per usual. And Hamilton Piedra, who they only just brought in a couple of years ago, left for just under £5 million. This season, they lost out in the Champions League again to Man City. Man City finishing runners-up in the league. But it looks like Manchester United and Manchester City now are sort of the front runners in the Champions League. They won the Community Shield, but they do need to start picking up more trophies, I think, over the season. It's good that they're winning the bread and butter in the league, but it'd be nice to see them win some more silverware. The formation, as per usual, is the norm. But Gianluigi Donnarumma this season starting 53 games. However, Pogba did play more, coming off the bench 3 times. Overall, having a 55 appearances. Goal-wise, believe it or not, Dybala only bagged 16 this season. Felice D'Amico tipped him over. He scored 21 goals. He also got the most assists for the season. Daley Blind grabbing the best average rating, but he didn't play much, so it was probably Paul Pogba that just about edged it this season for Manchester United. As I say, I want to see Sir Alex start winning some more silverware. He's looking good. He's still delighted to be at one of his favourite clubs. His stats still look immaculate as ever. He's probably looking at retirement in game, so we're going to be hoping that he can carry on some good form. So we are a massive numbers, a number of years in now. So we're going to be checking out Manchester United one more time. This time, not a good season for United, finishing in 3rd place in the Premier League. So Alex Ferguson is still in charge, but not the greatest season. This time bringing in a big number of players and spending another £90 million, majority of it on Frank Kessie from AC Milan, the central midfielder, coming in the Ivorian. Well, big amount of money spent on him. Also brought in a couple of players on frees, Kenny Greaves and Robert Moore, who would assume a Regent. Alisson came in as well. Kane Stewart, Rafa came in from Barcelona, Witten and Frank Guthart. A lot of these now are going to be sort of Regens. Stefan de Vrij left to PSG for just over 10 million, and Romaro Schmidt went to Norwich. Again, Manchester United don't seem to sell, let a lot of players out on free, unless it just doesn't show that anymore much on the game. Angel Gomez left. He went to Middlesbrough on loan. It's going to be interesting to see. He's joining Celtic, so Manchester United have obviously got rid of him. The young man who's got so much potential in real life at the moment. Finishing 3rd in the league this season, way off Man City. They've still got a Champions League final though, so we'll have to check that. They've won the Community Shield as well, so if they can win this Champions League final, I'll be very, very happy. It seems as if they have a really good campaign in the Champions League, they don't do so well in the league, which is a little bit annoying. So, 5th round of the FA Cup, a 4th round of the Carabao Cup, not a good time in those competitions yet again. Best average rating this season was Dybala. He picked up his goal tally again, not by massive amounts, but still scored 19 goals. Paul Pogba with the most appearances as well. And Guedes grabbed the most assists for United. Tactical wise, they've actually switched up a little bit for the last game at least. This was the starting 11, 4-2-2-2 or the 4-2-4. Lukaku and Rashford both up front. Lukaku just not scoring many goals. He's still got a really high value, but look at that. His average ratings and goal tallies have been very, very poor. So I'll hope that has changed. Same with Rashford as well. Not really. He's not really been scoring massive amounts either. So it'll be interesting to see how United get on. But we'll skip forward another year and hopefully we see them win a Champions League as well. So then we're in the end of the 24-25 season. We may as well go up to the 2027 season. So we've had 10 years then. Manchester United now finished third again. Not brilliant. A lot of this is sort of staying the change, the same sort of key employers. Transfer-wise, though, United spent just 3.2 million this season, not spending any money at all. Brought in 32 million pounds worth of players. Lukaku finally left United. He went to Real Madrid, scored 2 goals. He just played 9 games for United last season. He must have moved sort of mid-season. Yeah, he did in January. Vasalsko as well and Daley Blind all left. Blind was a brilliant player for United for the majority of this experiment. And Pablo Garcia was the only player to come in. United knocked out in the quarter-final of the Champions League, knocked out in the semis of the FA Cup, knocked out in the quarter-final of the Carabao Cup. Is Fergie's time slowly coming up this season? Nowhere near Chelsea. Majority of the season he was third, so it's just one of them, couldn't really break through. Sir Alex now, and not much happening sort of with dynamics and plans and so on. So it'll be interesting to see how he gets on as a whole. Obviously he's got all these favoured personnel here, got quite a few friends of teams, which is quite good. But yeah, I think it's one of them. Did they win in the Champions League last year though? Because obviously they played Juve in the final. No, they didn't again. Yet again, another 3-1 loss in the Champions League final. Martial scored in the first minute. Origi actually equalising in the second minute. But Juve grabbing the 3-1 win in the end. Another couple of years though. We're not going to give up on Sir Alex. And, you know, we gave Rashford a little bit of grief in the last season. He's actually finished top goal scorer this year. Maybe he had a little bit more breathing space now. Lukaku went and left as well. Going back to that 4-2-3-1 was good for them. And actually, Pogba getting the best average rating again this season. So we'll go forward another 2 years and we'll see if Sir Alex can finally break that curse of no Champions League trophy. So then we are back again for the end of the 25-26 season. United finishing runners-up this year. Captain no longer Dybala either, so has he moved on? Let's have a look. They brought in 90 million. He certainly did. He went to Spurs for about 47 million. Still looks absolutely incredible. Not firing as much as he did in previous United years, but still brought in an okay amount for him, I suppose. Other players out for United include Frank Kessie, who didn't stay at the club too long, Geoffrey Henrion and David Clark. A lot of players out on loan again. United brought in this guy, Henri Toussaint from Dortmund. He's a Dutch lad for £94 million. Who's a winger. He does look really, really good. 5 goals in 49 appearances for the Dutch national team. He actually scored 11 for United with 10 assists. A good debut season for him. A massive amount of money. He started off at AZ Alkmaar. They also brought in Alfonso Sousa from PSG. Uruko Silva. Ruben Neves, the current Wolves man, came in, 29 years of age. He moved to Brentford for just 8.5 million. A great steal for them. And United have just brought him in for 28 million. However, he didn't really play any games, which is a shame. He went a whole season with not even kicking a ball for United. Sebastian Gomez, William Lopez, a couple of players in there for United. Even Christian Pulisic came in on a free. A really, really strong signing that is. Still looks a brilliant player. Competition-wise, they're in the final of the Champions League again. It's annoying that they keep sort of playing this. It's literally in a day's time, so we will skip forward the day in a second. And they won the FA Cup, which is good. That's better, and missed out on the league by 2 points. It would be great to see him just have a full season where they've done the business. It looks like a new top goal scorer on the charts as well. Uruko Silva grabbed 26 goals. Portuguese striker, finishes of 19. He looks really, really good. 66 million rating. I'm not too sure what to think about that though. But overall, he looks like a really decent player. They brought him in from Sporting this season for 42.5 million. It's money well spent there. Best average rating as well was Di Amico. So another solid season. Let's skip forward one day if I can. If not, it'll be for the final season. So we're on to the final season, and we'll obviously check out on Manchester United's Champions League exploits last season. It looks like it wasn't a good season for Man City. So hopefully Man United finished above third this year. Right then, here we go. So let's go with Alex Ferguson first. This is the final season. We're going to have a good look at him. not much has changed stat-wise. Motivation has gone down a massive, massive amount as he's got older. So I'm not too sure what's happened there, obviously, with his age. United finishing second. The final thing of this, and he's finished in second. Not brilliant. We'll firstly click on schedule, though. And he lost another Champions League final. It is heartbreaking for Manchester United. Right, players coming in. This season they spent 97. Patrick Cutrone came in from Bayern Munich. He's actually a striker in game. He starts at AC Milan, I believe. He looks good. Looks really, really good. And bagged 16 goals in the league. John Dixon came in on a free. He's a regen. Actually, Welsh started at Bala. Looks okay. Adama Faye came in as well from Benfica, right back for United. They brought in £65 million worth of players. Rashford left, Romagnoli left. Ruben Neves went back to Wolves. That is crazy. He's gone back to Wolves. He's had a full season there, done the business. United lost a lot of money on him though. Bill Mawson and Matthew Richard left as well. United overall a quarter-final of the Champions League. We haven't seen them win the Champions League, which is a little bit annoying. Finished just 2 points behind Chelsea. 4th round of the FA Cup. Runner-up in the Community Shield, semi-final of the Carabao Cup. Playing with a 4-2-3-1 for the majority of this experiment, as you saw over the last sort of 10 seasons. Lindelof as well, actually getting the best average rating this season. So he's been a very, very good player for United with 32 years of age, which is crazy, really, that he's so young in real life. One thing I do want to look at is the league, because Manchester United, obviously in real life have the most leagues. They've won it. They're still there. They've got 24 league points, title wins, sorry, and they're still doing the business. So Sir Alex has kept that up, but Champions League was the thing that I think United fans would have wanted the most, and unfortunately they couldn't do so. But hopefully you enjoyed it today. Let me know again any suggestions in the comment section down below. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Smash the like button down below. Apologies if it was a long one, but hopefully you enjoyed it. And until next time, guys, I'm sure I'll see you all very, very soon.